Hello, everyone. Welcome to Triple Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Emicello, and I have visitors today, Mona and Doreen. Welcome, and thank you so much for accepting my invitations.
Thank
So,
you.
we have like three table questions, three agendas to talk about today. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this. And our first question says, uh, what role does your family play in your life? What role does your family play in your life? Uh-huh. Who wants to go first on this?
Okay, I can go first.
Okay.
So my family actually plays a very big role. It basically sets the foundation for my ethics, what I believe in, and everything. For instance, I was born in a Christian home, and I think that has helped me. I'm not saying I'm a Christian because I was born in a Christian home, but that has played a very big role in me becoming a Christian, and it has set foundation on how I view love, I view marriage. From my parents, I see how my parents relate, and to me, that's what marriage should look like. I still love like family love, and that's how I'm able to love other people. So I think it sets the foundation for basically everything in my life.
About you, Dodo.
Okay, yeah, I think as Mona said, it's actually very true that not actually a lot of people have the privilege to say that they were actually born in like very good families. And we can see that in their daily lives. I mean, how they relate with other people, how they relate to themselves, or how they carry themselves. So, families do actually play a very big part in our lives, psychologically, physically, mentally. And psychology also like suggests like a lot of people how they behave or their mentality is basically it has a connection with how you were up brought, your childhood years. And yes, so they do play a very big part, thankfully. And yeah, they do. I think they do play a big part in our lives. And as we're growing older, like you come to realize how much of a big deal it is to actually thank God that you come from a good family, because there are
Yeah.
a lot of things could have gone sideways. And yeah, just be thankful from the kind of family you were coming from, or you were brought up from.
So, when it comes to you're thankful for the family you brought up from. I think because of how things are these days in our generation, huh?
Right.
Like,
People
Yeah.
are doing questionable things.
yeah, like you'd say, oh,
Questionable.
I'm really thankful I was brought up by my mom because,
Yeah.
why is this one doing
Yeah.
this?
I mean,
But
I can't say like I'm perfect. I do everything how my
exactly.
parents want me to do. But there is some accents like, hey, no, I can't do that. Like my home training
Exactly.
won't
Yeah.
let me do. So
And no family is perfect as well. So along
yeah.
life, you keep learning and unlearning some things, but
Yeah.
the major things you get them from your family.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
Literally.
the thing is also we can't sometimes to some extent we can't use that as scapegoats, because now we're maturing, we're being adults, we're becoming adults. You also have to like make your own rules and principles, because to
Yeah.
some extent like people keep blaming it on their families. Oh, my family was like this, so I can't do that. You already know what's good and bad. You can set your boundaries also, like, okay, my family didn't used to do this, but now I know that this is not right and I'm not going to do the same. So
Yeah.
if you're born someone who used to drink, I mean a drunkard, you know what you went through, so you can't do the same thing in the sense that my mom used to do this, or my dad used to do that, so I also have like a leeway, I could do the same thing. It doesn't really make sense. So as much as it's true families do play a big part in our lives, but we have the sense of knowing what is good and what is bad and what we want for us, so we
Mm.
can make it better where it wasn't so better, and yeah, just improve our life in general.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. So,
What about you, Emmy?
um, yeah. Yeah, my family also plays. It does play its part in my
Yeah.
life. As I'm growing, it won't play everything. It won't be playing where I'm also playing sometimes. But
Yeah.
my mom must be there in a certain type of way. My dad must be there. Sometimes not even your dad, it's your young sister, your younger brother. They're going to,
True.
it's all family thing. So yeah, they do play, they do help. There's some things we do, we can't talk to our parents, but we can talk to our younger brothers, our younger sisters,
Yeah.
who, like, if the ages are not so apart, you can just come, yo, I need you to help me with this. I need you to do this. We need to do this for the family. We need to do it. So yeah, yeah. I think sometimes I'm not sure. Sometimes, when you're upset with your parents, like, are they doing anything? Are they doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're upset, they also do mistakes. They're human beings. They do
Yeah.
mistakes, and they hurt us too. So there's that point where you're so hurt, and you'll be like, what are they doing? They're not even helping out. They know. Do they know how I'm living at this side? They don't know. But they do. They do help out. So when you're calm, that's when you understand. Without my dad, without maybe my mom, without my auntie, my younger sister, my grandma, some things wouldn't be going. So
And I
yes, I
think
agree.
sometimes we tend to forget that they are also humans.
Yes, which they also tend to forget sometimes. They do. That's where the mistakes come. Like, no, for them, they don't forget that we are also humans. I think they forget, what should I say? How should I put it? I think us and our parents mostly fight because of our ages. Like, I'm a grown up person now, and they'll be like, you're still young
You're
into
still
my
my
eyes.
baby.
You're still my baby. You're still young. You're still 3 years old.
Yeah.
But you're not. You're even over 18. So that's where, at least, like, I want to do this. I want to do this for me. No, you're still young. Like, for you, you'll feel like I'm wasting my time. I have to do this
Mm.
thing. And then for them, they'll be like, no, it's not yet the right time. Not yet. Not yet. You're still a baby. You're still young. And you're 20. So
Yeah.
you're 20 something. So yeah, but I do agree they do play some role in my life. Okay. Another question. This says, how did you heal from your past traumas?
Well, which trauma?
I don't know which traumas,
Wow.
but you
You're
say past
perfect.
traumas. It's traumas. So, what traumas have you passed through? It's you. So, how did you heal from your past traumas?
The question alone is traumatizing. So,
Right.
why
It's
do
a
you think I
sensitive
have
topic.
trauma? I'm perfect.
It's a sensitive topic, actually. Yeah. How
Yeah.
did you heal from your traumas? As we say, no family is perfect. No
Yeah.
family is perfect. And the thing about trauma, it doesn't have to be like at the age of 10, maybe you were kidnapped. Like, it doesn't have to be something very dramatic. It doesn't have
Mm-hmm.
to be something dramatic. But I think, okay, let me just speak for myself. I think to
Please.
some extent, like every family obviously has something that has happened, maybe it has upset you or it has left a mark in your life. And I think I'm still on the healing journey.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, because there are things that I never knew they were traumatic up until growing. Like, now reliving them, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is a trigger. This happened before, and it didn't leave me like in a very good place, maybe mentally or physically or any of that. So I think praying has helped for me because I believe there is nothing good, and he's the only person that can change a person's heart and a person's mind to some extent. So praying has actually done like its numbers on me, and reading like motivational books. There are some books that you read. Okay, I've cultivated this habit of reading. There are books I like reading about relationships, about healing. From one author, I accidentally forgot his name. He's from Nairobi. So he talks about things that could have happened in, like, oh, because he's a psychologist, I think. Yes, he's a psychologist, a mentor, and also like a Christian figure. So he always talks about scenarios that most likely he has encountered maybe during his therapy sessions. And then when he lays that out, or we're like, oh, okay, so something like this has happened to someone else. I'm not alone, maybe this, the way we always talk about African mothers, like they have these sayings that all African mothers do. I'm like, okay, so this happens in Nairobi as well. It's not only in Tanzania mothers, something like that.
Yeah.
So reading books, motivational books, praying. I think, yeah, don't be hard on yourself. Like healing takes time, and it requires like be graceful to yourself because you're also human. It might not be easy. I mean, depending on the degree or the certain trauma that you have experienced, we can be the same, obviously. So yeah, but I think and if you have the money, please go to therapy because that's as Christian. I remember one of my friends actually posted, and she's actually a very good Christian that I like how she lives and how she like models Christ in her life. She posted that it's not everything, like if it's something physical or something mental, God hears our prayers, but also please, the same way you feel sick and you go to a doctor, you feel like you have something that is still lingering in your brain that happened years ago, try see a therapist. They cannot be cheap,
Yeah.
obviously. They are not cheap, but if you have the finances and the time,
If you can afford,
please
Yeah.
see a therapist because all these things you might try to ignore them for some time, but to some extent they definitely like affect you mentally, and that's not right. So praying, reading, therapy.
Yeah. Thank God for the
that's pretty.
internet. You have YouTube. You can
Yeah,
watch a lot of videos on that. So I think that has helped me a lot as well. YouTube.
Yes,
my girl usually
absolutely.
sleeps on YouTube.
With YouTube, yes, I wanted to
I
say the
wake
same
up, I
thing.
sleep, I live life, bro.
You wake up with
What
YouTube,
was
sleep
better
with
YouTube?
YouTube.
God bless you
So,
wherever you are. Actually, there is everything
also
you
you
need. Yeah.
at your part, Mona, can say your
Sorry?
own part of how you can say your own part of how you've healed from your past traumas.
Okay. I think one of I grew up from a very traditional family. So my parents are those parents whereby once they say something, like it's done. You don't have to question anything. You don't if they do okay, everyone stand up, go to your bedroom. You stand up and you go to your bedroom.
And go to
You
your
don't have to
bedroom.
ask why. You don't have to ask like what happened. No, like I told you to go and you go. So I think that suppressed my what should I say? Communication, or is it communication, or the expression, how to express my feelings. And because now my
Communication.
parents were showing that they didn't care about my feelings or emotions. It's just what we say is right, and just keep quiet, follow the rules. And yeah, so like that's part of communication. I'm not very good in communication, even in my relationships, like friendships and all that. Like I'll get to know someone, but when it's time to know me, there are parts of me I'll hide for a while because
Yeah.
it's just it's just me. I don't want to communicate. Like I'm very bad at communication and expressing myself. Anyways, yeah. So honestly, I would say like Doreen, I'm still healing. I'm trying to heal. I'm putting in some effort. Being intentional with healing. So me, honestly, it's just watching YouTube. There are a few apostles. There is this apostle. He's called Aaron. I don't know, Apostle Aaron or something. He's Nigerian. He's very good in trauma and all of those sermons for trauma and everything. He's very good. So I can listen to him every time. Like I've been learning and unlearning some things in my life, and yeah. So basically that's it. And also the Bible. The Bible says it has solutions to everything that
Everything.
sometimes you go through things and you're like, did does the Bible have an answer to this? But once you search deep, you'll find your answer. And yeah, so just read your Bible and it will help you. That's my thing.
Okay.
Give it to us.
Um, Traumas. How do I heal my past traumas? Yo.
Where
It's
do you start?
real. It's real.
No, some traumas never heal. That's why we always have scars. Like they
Yeah.
never heal. That's
But you know,
the scars.
scar is actually a sign of healing. That's the third stage of healing. Scar
Thank you.
correction.
We have doctors in the house.
Don't play.
Period.
It's true. It's true. But when we talk, if we live it in that way, like that medical thing of healing, what's this called? What's this called? I wanna go medical-wise. What it is called? If we go medical-wise, there's that color thing, pain, healing, function,
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
dysfunction,
amazing.
functions, and all that. Now, when we talk about that and you see a scar, you say, yeah, I am healing. But sometimes you can have a scar but still have pain,
yeah,
medical-wise too.
yeah. It's possible.
I'll give example of my leg. I have a scar on my leg, and I can be walking and just experience pain. But it's a scar. If someone sees, say this is closed, like, but I still experience pain. So that's why I say like some traumas don't heal, like because they just leave
I
scars there,
think
like to remind you
you,
there is something.
I think you experienced the pain because you've triggered. Maybe you walked for a long time. There is a certain kind of pressure you added to your leg. That's why you're
And that
getting
was
No,
the pain,
yeah.
sometimes no. Now with my leg, sometimes it's not even about me walking. I can just wake up.
and it's
I'm trying
paining.
like let me wake up, and you're waking up
Just
in the morning like, oh, it's morning, I have to go to school, let me wake
yeah,
up, and you feel like you're going down from nowhere, like the leg is not working, the leg is not legging. It's saying, madam, sit down.
you're not working today.
Today, sit down. So I just have to sit down for some minutes, then I will go on. I'll go on with what I'm doing. So leave that part and we talk actually the part that you're really talking about. As I said, like
Mm,
I believe like if you have experienced a depression, if there's someone who has really experienced a depression is not only about the mind. Depression is
what's that?
also about, it's not only about the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Even your body feels that depression.
Yeah,
That's why you can just feel sick.
yeah,
Those traumas bring too much depression, anxiety, the stress is, your mind is going to be tired, your body, so you just feel exhausted, like everything is not working, you feel like what's going on, like what's going
yeah.
on. The only thing I usually tell myself, yes, I also do that, like I pray. I pray, like I thank God a lot, like I pray a lot. And I also tell myself, like, the wounds that I have around me that nobody can see them, but I know that I have them, they can't shape the real me. Like, my wounds can't shape me. So I just tell God, like, I want to be calm. Like, I just want to be calm. Like, things have happened and I can't go back and make them not happen again, and maybe there'll be more happening in front, so I have to learn how to, so I just pray to God and I tell him, I know I can't just feel okay at once, but can I be calm, can you help me be calm?
Sure.
So I'm a person who also uses YouTube these days a lot.
Shout out to me.
Motivational
Yes.
speakers all the way.
I also use YouTube a lot. I'll just be putting different prayers.
Yeah,
And if it's not prayers, there's sometimes I ask myself, what's wrong with me? Am I growing so old? There are these stories in YouTube. I
that's a
listen, I
friend of
can listen
mine.
to those stories. Like, I'm not playing with my phone, I'm not chatting with anyone, I just put my YouTube. If I'm having schoolwork and I'm at home, I will even use my laptop to put the YouTube and use my phone for the schoolwork. But the YouTube is there. I'm listening to some stories. And at night, I have to listen to the prayers. So to my side, how I'm dealing with my traumas is to pray to God. Please,
Yeah,
I need to be calm, listen to words of God, listen to some stories that will make me move from that area of me thinking and thinking and thinking. I just have to move there and be somewhere else. Like I should be at this phase where I should concentrate on this and not on my traumas, because if I'm stuck there, I know I'm not going to move. I'll be crying every day. I'll be depressed. I'll lose weight. I won't be eating. I won't be doing anything. I'll be sick, but I'm not actually sick.
Yeah.
So
God
yes,
will help us in this Nigeria.
amen.
Like,
Alright, so another question is here.
Give it to
Do you
us.
believe in true love?
Yeah.
I want Mona to answer this first.
Me? Why is insulting me?
believe-
Of all people, why would I answer the
Okay,
question?
I made it a bit easy for you guys, but you know what from this question you guys know what I want, but I made it a bit easy, but you guys know what I want. Do you believe in true love? So what's your favorite part about relationship?